This is Jason Statham's first villain role. In the film, he's cold and ruthless, heartless and vicious. Even Captain America was overwhelmed by him, almost died at Jason's hands. This is the 2004 action thriller, A Glimmer of Hope. The story is set in a villa. The hostess, Sarah, chats with the nanny. Suddenly, thugs kicked open the door and rushed in. The leader is Jason himself. They killed the nanny without a word, then took Sarah from the villa and locked her in a secret warehouse. This made Sarah very scared. Jason grabbed a sledgehammer immediately. Seeing Jason just smash the phone, Sarah sighed in relief. After Jason left, Sarah tried to escape. But the warehouse door was locked, and the window was too small to open. No way to escape. Calm, Sarah decided to use the phone. On the phone, though the phone was smashed, Sarah patiently reassembled it, and the phone dialed a number. Captain America answered. This made Sarah excited. She immediately said she was kidnapped, wanted Captain America to call the police. But Captain America thought it was a prank. If you can call, why not call the police yourself? Sarah said the phone was smashed, and asked Captain America to call the police. Take 10 minutes of your day to give your phone to a police officer. Okay. Hearing Sarah's desperate plea, Captain America decided to help. At the police station, he let an officer take the call. Excited, Sarah said she was kidnapped, wanted police to rescue her quickly. But as the officer recorded the report, the crowd at the station started to riot. Seeing this, the officer went to help, and told Captain America to go to the 4th floor for the major crimes unit. But just as he was going upstairs, a scream from Sarah came through the phone. Only then did Captain America believe Sarah was really kidnapped, and Jason kept pressing her about her husband's smile. When Sarah didn't speak, Jason had to threaten her with the child. No. What you want, we did. You got the wrong, and I believe you kissed the wrong. Hearing Sarah's desperate pain, Captain went upstairs to find the major crimes unit, but the signal in the hallway got weaker. The voice on the phone became intermittent. Sarah had to tell Captain to stop, otherwise, once disconnected, they might lose contact. So Captain stood on the stairs and called for help, but after shouting for a long time, no one answered. Moreover, they had already started driving Sarah's car. Sarah had to get Captain to help by shouting, but when Captain arrived at the school, it was school dismissal time. Students were heading to the pickup area. Captain had to search and ask, afraid the child got into Sarah's car. In a panic, Sarah said the child's backpack has a Lord of the Rings logo. As soon as she spoke, Captain saw the backpack, but the boy had already found Sarah's car. Seeing the child taken by Jason, Captain took the guard's car to chase, but hit a traffic jam, causing Captain to almost rear-end. Frightened, he made a sharp turn, drove into the opposite lane, driving against traffic. Drivers were scared and tried to avoid, but next second, there was a crash. This is the result of driving against traffic. Guys, follow traffic rules. Captain lost track of Jason, and the phone was about to die. So he quickly went to the supermarket for a charger. But many people were in line, and no one would lend him a charger. This made Captain feel embarrassed. He quickly ran to the guard's car to get a pistol, angrily returned to the supermarket. That hope didn't give me that damn charger. Dude, Mr. Charger, thank you. Now Captain can continue the call. But Jason had already caught Sarah. And also, he heard his husband left a message to meet at the old spot. So he threatened the Sarah using their child, forcing him to disclose his husband's location. Then he and his partner went to find him. Captain heard and comforted the Sarah. He promised to find her husband quickly. But as Captain headed to the location, his phone signal was crossed, causing interference. A robber interrupted his call. This guy could talk to the Sarah, and kept mocking him for a prank. Annoyed, Captain made a sharp turn, stopping the car in front of the robber. He threatened him with a gun for the phone. The robber froze in fear. Next second, Captain's car was hit by a passerby. It was completely burned, but Captain didn't mind. After all, it wasn't his car. He had also kicked the robber out, taking his convertible and phone. Now, Captain could use the supercar to talk to the Sarah, and reach the destination easily. Based on her description, Captain found a similarly dressed man, and locked him in the bathroom to talk with her. Captain's worries were eased, but the man said he was mistaken. he wasn't her husband, leaving Captain confused. He saw Jason take the real husband, Michael. Jason took Michael to a secret warehouse, used the Sarah to force Michael to reveal the hideout, then took him to find the mysterious item. Upon hearing, Captain rushed to the location, just in time to see Jason and Michael. He knew, once Jason succeeded, he'd kill to hide it. So when Michael came out with the bag, Captain reached Jason's partner quickly, then tried to pull Michael to escape, but Michael was knocked down by Jason. The falling bag was picked up by Captain. He ran upstairs with the bag immediately. Jason quickly chased him. When they reached the rooftop, Jason cautiously looked for Captain. Seeing he was about to be fined, Captain tried to jump into the trash chute, but accidentally threw his phone out. It fell and shattered on the ground. Jason heard and came over quickly, almost hit the fleeing Captain. Captain found his phone unusable. So he grabbed the bag and ran, and got into a taxi. Curious, he opened the bag. He saw it was a video recorder. The Sarah's husband was recording property listings, but accidentally filmed Jason and his team killing innocents, and they were local police officers. Jason and his team tried to arrest them, but the husband drove away and escaped. Later, Jason feared exposure, so he captured the Sarah's family to retrieve the camera and silence them. Upon learning the truth, Captain planned to use the camera to negotiate. He called Jason, asking him to bring the Sarah and others to a set location. Jason agreed immediately, while he hid in the shadows to act. And the officer Captain found earlier also came, because Captain caused many issues. The blue officer wanted to arrest him for investigation, but little did they know, Captain, well disguised, was waiting at the observation deck. Using binoculars, he spotted the Sarah's family, but Jason and his team couldn't find him. Captain felt the plan was working. But then, his hat was pulled off by Mark. Angry, Captain wanted to target his family, and the officer found him at that moment, and had the police chief take Captain away. The officer happily prepared to leave, but the chief ordered his men to eliminate Captain. The nearby officer was confused. Seeing the other side try to draw a gun, the officer quickly intervened and fought. Meanwhile, Captain was brought before Jason. After defeating Captain, Jason took the camera and destroyed the memory card. At that moment, Captain's friends arrived. What are you doing? Captain seized the chance to jump into the river. Meanwhile, the other officer has subdued the sergeant's men. He also took his gun and radio. Then he set out to find Captain. At this time, Captain had fled to the cabin under the bridge, but footprints on the road revealed his location. The sergeant followed the tracks and found him here. He fired at Captain right in front of him. The sergeant thought he succeeded. He confidently stepped forward, but he realized he had only hit a dummy. In the next second, Captain ambushed him. Jason didn't kill Captain directly. He wanted to beat him to vent his anger. After all, Captain caused him much trouble. Angry, Captain grabbed a paddle to fight back, but Jason knocked him down with one move. Zelik. The bitch has more fight than you. This made Captain, without serum, very angry. He charged at Jason directly. Captain was knocked down again. Satisfied, Jason was ready to kill him with a gun. Luckily, the Southern police arrived in time to stop him. They wanted to take him back for questioning, but Jason used the chance to smash the light bulb. Jason hid in the chaos. Meanwhile, the Southern police also rescued Captain. They tried to escape with him, but Jason ambushed them from the shadows. He struck Captain's right leg. The officer told him to hide, and went out to find Jason, but Jason found him from behind. Captain saw this happen. Seeing Jason about to shoot, Captain quickly called Jason. The officer heard the call and acted fast. Thus, the officer killed Jason. Captain quickly left the cabin. He took out Jason's allies. Only the Sarah's family remained safely and took the copied camera and gave the video to the police so they could catch the evil sergeant. The Sarah saw her family safely reunited, was very thankful for Captain's heroics. The movie recap ends here. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel for more exciting movie recaps.